I broke into my old school at night and found the ghost of a murdered girl. There was always a rumor at my old school, something whispered quietly in the hallways. Everybody seemed to know it, but nobody talked about it openly. Some said it was just a story, but if it was true, it was far worse than anyone let on. I never knew the details, only that it involved a shy, introverted girl who had crossed paths with the popular girls. They were all beautiful and well-known, but also cruel. She had few friends, and they decided she would be their perfect target. It started small. They laughed at her, judged her, and threw mean looks. But that wasn't enough. They began pushing her in the hallways, pouring cold water on her during winter, and publicly humiliating her. Still unsatisfied, they escalated to hitting her. One day, one of them went too far. The girl didn't survive. Her death was swept under the rug. Their fathers were rich and influential, and they used money and empty promises to cover it up. But then strange things began to happen. One by one, the girls who had tormented her started having accidents, bizarre incidents that hinted at someone, or something, seeking revenge. People whispered that it was her ghost haunting the school. I didn't believe it, until I decided to see for myself. My uncle works at the school, so one night I stole the keys and went alone to explore. The building was cold, dark, and silent. Normal enough, but still creepy. I walked upstairs toward the girls' restroom, the place where the tragedy supposedly occurred. The door was dark and quiet. I stepped inside and closed it softly behind me. As I tried to see better, I heard a faint noise. My heart raced. I crouched into the last toilet stall, terrified. Then the knocking began. First the first stall, then the second, then the third. I hadn't seen anyone. Nobody could have followed me. Who was it? The knocking grew louder and more insistent. Then, suddenly, everything stopped. The noise, the presence, gone. I exhaled shakily, feeling a brief sense of relief. I lifted my head, and my blood ran cold. Between the gaps of the stalls, a girl appeared. Her forehead was streaked with blood, her skin pale as death, and her smile, the creepiest I've ever seen. She looked exactly like the ghost described in the rumors. I froze as she began to move through the narrow space toward me. I stammered, "I didn't do anything." No. My fear was paralyzing. The next day, the school was in shock. A young boy was found dead in the same restroom, blood running down his face from a head injury. Another victim. The rumors weren't just stories, they were warnings. The ghost of that bullied girl was still there, and she didn't forgive. I still don't know why I went there, but I can't stop thinking about her. The school holds its secrets tightly, and some things, once disturbed, refuse to stay buried.